everyone. Welcome to the first ever, I think we're calling this the TDL podcast for Tori, Dustin, and Leo. I guess this first one will technically be the TDDL podcast because Leo's lovely wife, Dezer-Rae, and our friend will be joining us. So it is Tori, Dustin,
Dezer-Rae,
Leo.
Yeah. So the format on this is going to be a little bit different than a traditional podcast, as we are in our home in a different state than the home that
they are not in their home. They are in a bathroom.
We are in different states. Leo moved a couple years ago to be with his beautiful now wife, Dezer-Rae, so we are not in the same state anymore. So we're going to try and do these over video and audio, and
we're using an awesome program called Clean Feed.
Yeah.
Which I think deserves an honorable mention here to allow us to have better audio quality than just having a Skype call.
Yeah,
Leo
Skype found it,
wasn't
so
doing it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Leo for figuring that out.
Yeah, it's your boy.
The logistics of this is going to be kind of interesting because we're figuring this out on our own, so we're not really sure where this is going to be or how this is going to go, but hopefully with you guys listening to it, it means it's out there. I think this first episode, we decided we're just going to talk about the dumb shit we did as kids.
Do they want to have a story? They want to volunteer first?
Yeah.
Did you think of stuff? Did you write anything down?
was I supposed to?
Yeah.
I
gave you your assignment.
I thought it was like improv.
I mean, yeah, it's probably how it's going to turn out, but if you got a couple stories off the bat.
Yeah,
like,
dude, Dezer-Rae's a teacher. I gave her the assignment, and she didn't do it.
I don't know.
Why
I'm
didn't
just
you?
going to wing it.
Well, that's fine. I have a list.
I also
You
have
have
a
a
list.
list?
Yeah, I came
Yes.
prepared.
Check it twice.
What
motherfucker.
is that, by the way, Des? I feel like
A
we're normally the
list?
ones that are prepared and like organized.
Yeah, why aren't you
Yeah.
prepared?
I have to start online education. So,
Ooh.
I need my other list. I had two lists.
why?
One for
Yeah,
me
check
and
it
one for
twice.
you. Things that you,
You started my list?
did. Yeah, I know what you did as a kid.
That's ridiculous.
No, I don't. But you had a lot of brothers and sisters. Well, one sister. So you probably have some stories.
Are you
Ooh,
talking
tell the one
my
about when-
talent shows?
No. Well, we'll get to that. Tell them about when Gabby was on the couch. That's a good one.
No, it's not.
Come on, it's so good.
You brought the one where I sat on Gabby.
Yeah.
So we're at my dad's house, and my dad usually takes my side for like everything. So I sat on Gabby one day, and Gabby starts screaming. And she's like,
dramatic.
"Daddy, Dezer-Rae's
yeah.
sitting on me." And he proceeds to be like, "Well then, Gabby, why are you sitting there?"
Yeah, he basically said, like, you shouldn't have sat there. Like, that's on you. Fucking sat on her, bro.
Favorites. Dang. I could tell the one that I told at your wedding. By the way, the one I missed a fucking perfect moment at your wedding when I was telling the story, because Des, in your speech, you're like, I'll always agree to whatever stupid idea you have. See, I was imitating like I was crying.
I was
they were
gonna
crying.
say, are you like mocking my cry?
No,
No,
I'm
he
trying
was
to be.
acting.
Yeah, I'm trying to be an actor, Des.
He's
You
an
haven't heard that?
actor.
Actor.
As you can
Part of the
tell, he
arts.
still needs.
So anyway,
some
wow. Thanks for the support, Tori. So, no, Des had a very touching moment where she said, and it's so true about Leo, I'll agree to any stupid idea you come up with, because this dude has some ideas, man. So, back when we were kids, we went to a public pool, and what we tried to do, there was a deep end, and what we'd like to try and do was underwater in one breath, swim across the deep end and back in one breath. It was pretty tough. So, Leo, this bright-minded Leo, thought, you know what, man, I think I can swim further when I have my eyes closed. So what I'm going to do is keep my eyes closed, swim, open my eyes every so often to check my progress. I was like, okay, whatever. So he does it, and I was sitting at the edge of the pool, yeah? And if this is the edge of the pool, all I saw was Leo here. I can actually use the frame of the camera. He tried it and went, I was like, what happened, dude? He said, I was swimming with my eyes closed, and I opened them to see where I was, and it was just white. And I thought to myself, That's weird. Kicked again. Bam! Smacked his face right into the wall of the pool. And I should have said, it is dumb. And that's the thing. In my speech, I should have said, so Des, those are the kind of ideas you have to look forward to in your married times.
Hey, that was a good idea, dude. It makes sense in theory. When you don't know, dude, let's say you're running and you see
exactly, bro.
The whole street is down there. You're like, dude, I can't make that. But if you're not looking at it, dude, you can go further.
Usain Bolt didn't break records with his eyes closed sprinting down.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't have closed them, but I should have looked down and looked up, every couple seconds, dude. That would have helped, I think.
No, I don't think.
I don't think the wall would have just magically disappeared by you.
Well, it would. I would have saw it though, Tori, if I looked up like.
Obviously, you didn't. If you fucking
because
snapped it with
closed.
your
I'm
face.
saying if we redid it, let's go to the pool, bro. All right. Oh, we can't now. There's Corona. But when it opens, we'll go back.
Bro, too soon.
We'll see, dude. I swear I could do it.
With your eyes
closed?
Are
you good at holding your breath underwater?
Huh?
Can you go really far underwater, you think?
I can go further than you.
All right. That's a bet.
It's a test.
I guarantee I can go way further. With my eyes open.
We've done this before.
No, with my eyes open, I can do it.
We've done challenges.
And I win them.
Remember
probably.
at Terra?
No, we never. They don't even have a pool at Terra.
Yeah, they do. We went that one time.
We're gonna settle this summer. This summer,
no,
in a
we're
pool
not.
near you. Let me see my list, dude, because I remember.
Dude, we got a lot of dumb stuff.
Don't look at my list, girl.
Speaking of like swimming,
let's hear it.
shit. So this isn't really so much of like a stupid thing, more as like a scary thing that happened to me when I was a kid.
I don't like scary stories.
Yeah. So I went to my friend Susie. She had property, or her family had property down in this place called Eminence, Missouri. And it's basically like a campground. It's a small little area, and they have like a local lake, and like everyone goes swimming and stuff. So we used to go down there for like the summer, or like break and whatever, and we would go swimming, we would go fishing, we would just hang out and stuff. So one year we went down, and her friend Taylor, or our friend Taylor, was also there. Her family had property down there too. And they had, it was fucking stupid. I don't know why we would do this. There was like a bridge over the lake, hella far up. And they would jump off the fucking bridge. They would climb the bridge and jump off the fucking rafters underneath into the lake. And I said, no, that's not for me. So I didn't do that one. They were like, okay, well, if you won't do that one, do the cliff. So I don't know why, but they talked me into it. So the bridge is over here, and the cliff was like hella far away back here. So we climb the cliff. We fucking get up there. I was this close to backing out. I was like, I can't do it. I'm freaking out. It's too scary. That shit was hella high. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. So finally, I'm like, all right, I'll jump. I fucking jumped. I still hold my nose because I never learned how to swim without holding my nose.
Bro, you don't know how to swim. You jumping off cliffs, you don't know how to swim.
Already a bad idea. So I jumped into the water and was like holding my nose, and I don't know, in my head I was like, okay, I've been swimming for a minute, like I'm probably good now. I can breathe.
Oh my god, so you almost Oh my god.
So I took a big ass breath, still underwater. So
didn't even know.
Bro, you want to talk about me?
Bro.
I
was
my
like,
face.
I gotta be out by now. Went to open my eyes and breathe.
Like, hey, I'm good. Like, I can breathe now. No, you're still underwater, bro.
Dude, I'm getting made fun of. I was in a freaking pool in a freaking neighborhood. You were in a lake and almost drowned, bro. The lifeguard could have saved me if I busted my face.
Yeah,
you were breathing underwater.
Scare tactic into jumping off a cliff and then trying to breathe underwater. I finally came back up and I was fucking choking hella hard on water. Couldn't breathe. They were like all cheering at the top, and nobody knew that I almost just killed myself.
Oh my gosh, bro. Was that the last time you jumped off a cliff?
Oh yeah, I will never do that shit again.
Hey, tell the story.
Just don't fucking breathe until you're out of the water.
In that creek when you were camping with Susie and Shannon.
What I did in the creek?
Yeah,
You're kind of outdoors,
They were
huh?
like, you had to go to the bathroom.
Oh, I'm pretty sure this was the same trip. So over by
Dezer-Rae don't do camping, bro.
Leo's gonna
She's like,
this
can I
one."
bring my vanity? No, we're in the woods, honey.
Bro, you can't call your wife out like that.
Oh yeah, shit, my bad.
Just cut it.
So, pretty sure this was the same camping trip. Also, let's roll back to the minute right before I decided to jump off the cliff.
Yeah, we need some more clarification, bro.
So, we were on the trip. I think it must have been around like 4th of July or something. I don't know. But there was this old ass, nasty ass man. I'm probably at the most 13 to 15 years old. And this dude walks up to me and was like, "Do you want some beads?" I was like, "Sure, why not?" I went to grab him. He goes, "Now you got to take your top off." I handed him right back. I was like, "No thanks."
I'm good.
2-year-old. So that was how this trip started. I'm pretty sure this was the first time I had ever been there with her. So I was like, man, what is wrong with these people? They try to fucking get teenagers naked. They
Yeah, dude.
tell you to jump off cliffs and you almost drown. Like, this is not a good trip so far.
That's probably the drowning part. I think that's more on you than them, but yeah. The jumping for sure. They shouldn't have persuaded you, bro, but they also should have checked if you knew how to swim, bro. Or if you had gills. Why are you breathing underwater, fam?
Let's be clear. I knew how to swim, but apparently I didn't know how to tell when the water ends.
Oh my god.
You just
Bro,
gotta
how
tell
far did you
between
go
wind.
down? Yeah.
It was fucking deep. Like, this cliff was probably at least like, God, like 30 feet tall, and I was like, okay, and jumped
Oh
into
my
that
gosh,
bitch.
that's
So I
hella
went down
scary.
pretty far. So, are you talking about the creek story?
Yeah,
Is
that's
that-
what I said.
All right. So,
What you did in the creek. That's exactly what I said.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
He said something about peeing.
You peed in the creek?
Did
No,
you pee
I
in the
think she did
creek?
something worse in the creek. Oh,
Ew.
Bro, are you
God.
gonna spoil the story before you even get to the...
Yeah, let's hear it, bro. What'd you do? Is this before or after you jumped in it?
this is after. I think this is a couple days after.
Nah,
So-
creek. She didn't jump into a creek. She
I
jumped
didn't
into-
jump into the creek. So the creek was right next to their. So I went down with Susie. We were at Susie's property, and right next to their property there was a long ass creek. Like, it went hella far back. It got fucking chest deep, and we would walk in that shit. So we were deep in there. Like, we had been walking for maybe an hour. Like, we were in there pretty far, and we got to like the chest, like waist deep area, and Susie was like, "Oh, I want to look for crawfish or something." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's fine."
Love crawfish.
Crawdads. And so we get in there, and as we're back there, I'm like, "Oh, my stomach kind of hurts." And Susie was like looking for crawdads, and I was like, "Hey, Susie, I gotta poop." And she was like, "We're hella far from the house. Like, you're gonna have to pop a squat." And I was like, "I'm nervous. I've never pooped in the woods before." So I'm like standing there, and Susie's like, "Here, fine, I'll turn around." So she turns around, and I'm like, okay, I finally like feel comfortable enough to poop. So she's turning that way.
You're out of the creek though. You're on.
We're
like,
in the creek. We're
in
in
the
the
water.
creek still, yeah. So like I went up a little
I didn't
bit.
know you were in the water. Holy fuck. The way I envisioned it was way different.
I mean, there were 2 poop stories during
Damn,
this.
bro, what the fuck?
Oh my god, y'all bring
Run
some
like a
beans
poop
on-
fiend. You run around throwing it like a chip.
All right, I'm not throwing my
You're over here
poop.
judging these
Let's
motherfuckers saying,
clarify
"Man,
that
they're trying
right
to
now.
get
I don't
teenagers
fling
naked,
fucking poop.
Trying to
We're
get
not at the
motherfuckers
end of
jumping
the
off of
story,
cliffs.
bro.
You're over here throwing poop. Just pooping in their creek and shit.
You're not a fucking animal, bro. You're still a human out in nature.
All right,
pooping
bro. Can
everywhere
I
for
finish
it.
the
Yeah,
story?
yeah, go ahead.
Let me finish.
Yeah, let's hear it. I gotta know what happens, bro. This is crazy.
So I'm like this way, she's this way. Our backs are to each other. So she's facing.
Worst
The
position.
She's
007
facing the other way, and I finally get comfortable. I'm pooping, and I just start hear her fucking dying laughing, and I was like, "What's wrong?" She could fucking see my turds floating past her
Oh
in
my
the
God.
stream.
What
So
kind of?
She stood downstream from that shit, bro.
Bro,
What
We're
the fuck?
stupid.
I didn't know like turds float.
Stupid.
bro, you
Obviously, her diet must have. I don't
Got a
know.
lot of fiber, I guess.
When you think about it, when you shit in the toilet, that shit goes right to the bottom. At
sinks.
least
Yeah,
mine,
it
dude.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, it
wow.
depends on how much fiber you eat. That's what I've read is like if you have more grain or fiber in your diet, your poop like floats more.
Rises,
So
yeah.
I
So
guess
you did have beans.
Yeah. Bro, so you're
fruit.
chest deep in this creek pooping.
I wasn't. I said I walked up a little bit to where I was farther up. Susie was still probably about like waist or chest deep.
Why?
And I'm
But it
kinda
didn't.
up farther.
You didn't have a thought of like, let me get out of the water and poop, like in the bush or something.
Bruh,
Yeah, but
I
what if she
had
used
to
to wipe the
go
fucking leaf?
right then. I was like,
Well, then
I
get in
have
the
to
water, bro.
fucking
Then wash
shit.
your ass. You know.
I don't
Wash
know.
her ass with a
Again, I
fucking
was a
hand.
teenager, so the thoughts in my mind weren't like, we were fucking an hour into this creek. I was like, I gotta
dude,
shit.
I
I gotta shit right now.
Dude, I think if in that situation, I think that's what I would be thinking too. I was like, dude, I got shit right fucking now.
Right, like it was an emergency situation. It was either I poop in this fucking creek or I poop in my pants, and I'd rather poop in the creek and
Oh my
have it
God.
happen.
And you said you were back to back. Were your backs touching?
No, we were, like I said, I had walked upstream a little bit. So, like, I was up farther, like over here. Sorry.
How far?
I was, like, up here, and she was, like, back farther. So she, like, saw it float past
Bro,
her.
she saw them
How are you gonna
float.
stand downstream?
Yeah, what the heck?
What did she
farting into the
do?
wind.
Did she like
She
laugh
just started
dodge it?
fucking laughing.
yeah.
Dying laughing.
No, she let it fucking hit it.
Well, yeah, she said it went past her. She didn't, like,
Bro, y'all were playing
fucking
games with the
step
poop,
into
bro?
it. No, we were not. Oh my God. Let me just clarify right now.
Tag
No,
it.
I don't throw poop. I don't touch poop. I wasn't fucking pushing poop
Speaking-
around.
Well, yeah, you
Touching-
poop at people, dude. You're throwing
Speaking
them.
of touching poop, bro, I got a story of touching poop.
What?
What is this podcast, bro?
What a transition.
This is the shit we
guess
did
what?
as kids.
Guess
This is
what,
it's
dude?
called shit we did as kids, not
Literally the
literally
shit.
shit though.
Alright.
We just it's like things we did,
I
stuff we
usually
did.
don't do poop stories, but this one involves someone that's on this podcast.
The other one
God,
was off
dude.
the cliff, by the way. Like, the other one was, I think we were getting ready to jump off the cliff, and I was like, y'all, I'm so scared right now. I need to poop.
If this
So,
story's
like,
about me, I don't want to.
You gotta do
Dezer
it.
doesn't know it. If I don't want to tell her this. I
No,
didn't know I
tell
told
me.
anybody this.
No, tell me.
Dustin, please.
It's up to you,
No.
Leo. If you don't, it is about
No,
you.
be,
If
no,
I-
no.
Dude, it's
If
weird.
I
He
told
has
my
a pee
poop
story
story,
for me.
Dude, it's
So-
yeah, but you didn't touch your poop,
All right,
dude.
we need to come to a consensus that we need to not talk about pussy
God.
shit the whole time.
Yeah, we hit
All
the
right,
limit,
that's
bro.
all I need to-
We're halfway
it's
through
gonna
the
No,
be
pod.
after the
Next
Leo
episode,
story, we
next
hit the
episode.
limit.
We have topics. We got to keep it moving.
All right, let's change the subject.
I want to ask something.
Yes.
When I was young, and there was like a pretty girl on the TV, I would kiss her on the TV. Did anyone else do that?
no,
No.
Where you're like this and you're like practice kissing on the TV.
no,
That's fucking
not on the
weird.
TV. I would think to myself like, oh man, it'd be nice to
Mom,
kiss
I
that
gotta
girl.
go.
Nah.
All right. Well, I thought for sure I was gonna get at least two of you to agree with me. So now I'm really I
Never
don't know what
on
to
the
say.
screen. At least I don't remember if I did. I mean,
I have
I did,
What about a
bro.
poster?
I have a
Posters
s-
count, yeah.
I have a similarly.
Did you do that?
Similar.
I kissed a poster.
Who's though?
Embarrassing. Yeah. Who
What
was yours,
poster
Des?
did
Probably
you
like
do?
in sync or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but which
Mine
one?
was
There's
bad.
like
I don't
four
want
of
to
them.
tell you mine then.
Was it
And
AJ?
let's guess it. Shane Dawson.
No.
Bro,
Bro,
they didn't
Shane
have
Dawson. I didn't
posters
know
of
about Shane Dawson.
Fred.
No. So, do you guys know those like J14 magazines? Like we would
Of
get as
course.
kids that had like pictures.
Desiree's not
and
from
shit.
Missouri, so she probably don't know.
I don't know that shit.
I'm pretty sure they were everywhere, Leo. So, when I was a kid, man, this is gonna be so embarrassing. It was like around the Twilight phase, and I had just read the books, and like I think it was on the second one or something. Like
Got
the
you all
last
hot and
one's.
bothered, right?
Huh?
Huh?
Boy, stop.
Sorry, go ahead.
So it was during, it must have been New Moon, because it was when Taylor Lautner was in it.
Aw.
And I
Shark
remember, oh my God, I remember getting the magazine, and it was just like, what did you just say?
Oh my god. You getting
No,
back into it, bro?
that's not what I was
Oh my
like.
god, Taylor Lautner.
So it was like a spread of like he had like 4 pictures in the center of the magazine, and one of them was like just a picture of him like standing smiling. I'll see if I can find it, and I'll send it to you to put in
send
this
me
fucking
that, bro.
video. So it was a picture of him. I would open it. The magazine, I had like opened it to it so much it was just dented there. I would open the magazine and put it on the pillow next to me and fall asleep next to it at night.
Aw,
That's how
that's sweet. See,
I was
that's a lot
obsessed.
sweeter, bro. Because when I used to
No.
kiss the TV, bro, I would see the lines, the green, red, and blue lines.
You can feel the buzz from.
And
the
I fucking get
screen.
shocked, bro, when
Yeah.
that's static, dude. Yeah, that shit sucked. That's a lot
Why
sweeter.
is that so vivid for you?
Because I still
You never
do
put
it
your
sometimes.
foot. You never put your face up against the TV.
No.
Yeah.
Were
and
you a
kiss
kid that
people.
watched TV?
Yeah.
What
that
kind,
what
were
kids
you
do?
ever a kid, dude? That's what I'm saying.
I've done that before. I know the feeling of like the fuzzies, like.
So why were you up
static
there if you
pulling
weren't
your
kissing
hair.
it? Just be honest that you did it.
I don't remember. I remember the feeling.
No, Tori. She said that she
Oh.
remembers it being that close. Why else would you be
I
that
don't
close? unless you're
remember.
kissing people?
I
There we
don't.
go.
I just remember the feeling of like the static on my face from touching, like kind of how you touch it with your hand and you feel the static. I guess maybe I was just like,
Girl,
oh, what's it
this
feel
is
like
a
with
different
my?
This is not your TV. This is a different type of screen.
I'm
girl.
just seeing if you can do it
Not
now.
in this new technology.
All
All
right,
right, Dezer-Rae,
so
what'd you used to do as a kid, huh?
hold on. No, we got to go
Oh.
back, Leo.
No, Leo doesn't
What?
want to hear it. Leo
No,
doesn't
I
wanna hear it.
can't.
Bruh.
He said next episode.
Next
Yeah.
episode,
No.
We gotta keep the people guessing.
I'm gonna write
All
it
right,
down.
one time I took a shit, okay? All right? I'm
Just
looking
one
at
time?
it in the toilet, dude. All right?
He
And
knows
I'm like,
the story.
I'm
He
like,
knows the
dude,
story.
I wonder what it, I don't know why, dude, in my head, but I'm like, I
Dude,
wonder,
you were a fucking freak. I don't know.
I'm like, dude,
this isn't.
I
This is what I
wonder.
mean. Like the bad ideas.
dude, it's so stupid.
get an
Look at her.
idea
She's
in
already
your head.
disgusted, bro.
You get the
She's
idea in your head,
disgusting.
and I don't personally understand it.
I don't get it either, dude. I was a weird kid, all right? And I reached in there and I grabbed it.
No, you did not.
I grabbed
he
the
did.
turd
He
and I said,
100%
ew,
did.
and I put it down and then I washed my hands.
I remember he told me about it. He said I was expecting it to be hot, but it was cold.
I said that, dude.
And
That
it's
is
like,
disgusting.
yeah,
bro.
of course it's cold. It fell in a fucking toilet bowl full of water.
Cold water, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, you would think at least room temp, dude.
Nope. I'm surprised you actually knew I was going. That was
Of
the
course,
story I
dude. There's
had.
only what other stories could there be, dude? The only other
You
shit
literally
story I
led
have.
it with. Speaking of touching shit.
I just thought another poop story, but we're not
Okay,
going
so we
there.
had different games. I picked mine up. Tori shot hers at her friend down the stream. I mean, can we really judge each other at this point? I'm sure you have a poop story that you're
I
not telling.
don't. I really don't.
One time,
Alright.
look, this is the toilet bowl. One time I pooped, it was like this across the bowl. Couldn't flush it, dude. You flush and it stays there. It's a bridge.
Falcor,
So what'd you do?
That was standing
You have to
straight
get the
up.
plunger and hit it that time. I didn't pick that one up.
Hey, never mind. Never mind. I thought of another poop story. It doesn't involve anybody here.
That happened.
You ever hear of a poop knife? That's what people
No.
use instead of plungers sometimes.
You are
A
fucking
knife?
I swear to
joking
God,
me right
100%.
now.
You
Instead
put a
of
knife
using
in
a
your
plunger, they get a knife and cut the turd.
No, they do not.
Yes, I swear to God.
Who
I
does
swear
this?
to God, I saw a Reddit post. Not only one Reddit post, by the way. I saw a Reddit post. The person, it's like, what's the most embarrassing thing you've ever done? The person said, I was 18 before I found out not every family has a poop knife.
Not every family. You had no families, pal. You're the only family that has a fucking poop knife, guy.
And people were telling stories in there. They were like, yeah, I had this girl over at my house. I mean, she did the business, you know. She came out. She was like, hey, I can't find your guys' poop knife.
Where
And the
is
person's
this
like,
knife
what the
supposed
fuck
to
are you
be?
talking? Exactly. Where is it supposed to be? Is it in the bathroom? If it is, that's fucking disgusting.
You pull out a
Because-
drawer and it's got its own cutlery. in your
Exactly.
restroom.
Is it in the fucking drawer with the rest of the cutlery? Because if it is, that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, I see the poop
Yeah, like what
spoon.
happens
Where are y'all
if
poops
someone
knives?
opens the drawer? Is it like, do you keep it where you keep your toothbrush and shit? Like you just fucking
And if it
take
is,
it
that's
out
fucking
and-
disgusting.
Yeah, we need to do more research on this. That's interesting.
That's what
I
I mean.
know.
It's-
I know some people. We went over this. Either sit or stand when they wipe their butt, and now it's always an interesting conversation to have with you.
I'm a
Alright, we need
sit.
we need to migrate from
You can't
fecal
stand.
conversations.
You can, and they
No,
do.
It's nasty.
Look at this guy. He does it.
No.
He's one of them.
That's
Yeah.
not cleanly.
Right?
So would
Are
think.
You
you
can't
think
get
this is
in
how I
between
wipe my
there.
ass? You think, is that how you wipe your ass? No, I just take a little bit and I wipe the fucking hole. That's it. You motherfuckers are thinking I'm taking it and I'm going like this all the way up.
No, but
If you're
your
standing,
butt
your
goes
butt cheeks
together.
are squeezed.
Yeah.
I go
Yeah.
back to front.
You're literally squeezing your
So you
can't
wipe
go
it
back
into
to
your
front.
between your
balls?
cheeks.
See, here we go again with the
God.
judgment. You motherfuckers think I take the shit and I wipe it all, like I smear it. No, I don't fucking do that.
It's just hard
It
for
comes
us to
out of one
understand how
fucking
you
place.
get past the
It's like-
cheeks.
So, that, I was about to stand up and
Just show me,
demonstrate
yeah, show
that-
me.
No,
Demonstrate.
No. If this is the front of your body, you guys go this way, yeah? I go this
Yep.
way.
Yeah, but do you put your hand under your nuts?
Yes. That's what,
What
it
if you
means to
get
go
pee on your
forwards.
arm, your forearm?
What do you, I don't fucking. I have control over my fucking.
Where do you put your dick, bro?
What do you- I just push it to the side.
Where do you
What are
put your
talking
piece,
about?
bro? You put it to the side.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Tori,
Okay.
have you ever seen him wipe himself?
No, I'm not.
Let's
so
move to another conversation.
Yeah.
I have. It's still related with butts, though. I have a note on here. It says Leo sitting on Travis's face. Leo, you
Oh,
wanna take
yeah,
it from
yeah, yeah.
here?
Yeah, so, my people would
Such a
come to my
natural
house.
Transition.
People would come to my house, right? And we'd hang out. When we're kids, I don't know if girls do this. Do y'all have sleepovers and you like mess with your friends?
While they're asleep.
Now, what kind of messing around though? Because what we did, Travis, he was asleep at my house, and
You
the
didn't let me
butt
answer the
part,
question.
I put my butt cheeks on his face. Pretty much, his nose sat flush in my butt cheeks, and then I removed them, and he didn't wake up. And we did.
That's
I'll never forget the face you made. 'Cause you like
It
got
didn't
ready.
penetrate, so
You got
no.
ready.
Not the
you were like,
butthole.
you're like, I'm gonna do it. You did it. You went, and then got up.
And nothing happened, dude. He didn't get up.
I can 100% assure you I have never done that.
Yeah,
in a
that's what I'm
sleepover.
saying. What do y'all do when you sleep
That's not
together?
what we do.
No.
Then no,
Ever.
They purposely make each other's makeup bad. That's what they do.
Personally, I don't remember ever having a sleepover with more than like one person at a time. Like it was always just me and my best friend Heather, or her at my house, and then other than that, it was Trisha or Susie that I spent the night at. But it was never like a group all together at once. And the most that Heather and I would do is we would stay up. I'd known Heather from kindergarten until, like, we were friends from kindergarten until almost high school, or right about high school, so 9th grade. So
I feel
we
like
were
judgment. Are you judging me?
kids through the whole the whole area. So like we would just play with brats, or we would play video games, or we would like play in her pool and like fucking put the slide from her like jungle gym into the pool and then slide into it. Like we never did.
But that's when you're
bad things, we
awake,
just did
though.
stupid
When you're
shit.
falling asleep, you guys didn't prank each other?
No, we would just talk for hours and
Yeah.
like
One
just
of the,
talk about stuff.
That's
one
so
of the
weird.
funniest yet dumbest pranks I've ever seen anybody pull on someone when they were asleep. It was me, Nick, Travis, and Eddie staying the night at Leo's house. And
Squad.
Leo
Hell,
had the
people.
bed in his room, and then he had a futon, like, also in there. So Leo got pissed earlier in the night, went to sleep on his living room sleep on his couch in the living room. Eddie went to sleep on his futon, and then Travis was asleep on the bed. It was not the same night that Leo sat on his face.
Separate night.
Eddie was asleep on the futon, and his hand was dangling off. And me and Nick were messing with people all night, and for some reason, we had pizza, because Leo's mom used to make pizza all the time. Nick took a pizza crust and put it in Eddie's hand, and he gripped it. And the story is so stupid, but watching it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my entire life. Watching someone asleep fucking grab a crust of pizza
Just dead asleep, dude.
Yeah, and then we were like, oh, we have to make it believable. So we put a plate underneath his head. Like that would make him believe it. So like an hour later, he woke up. He's like, He looked at the crust, and me and Nick were like, yo, you picked that up in your sleep, you idiot. And laughing at him.
Idiot.
All he did was throw it at Nick, and then turn over and go back to sleep. He didn't believe it for a second.
Dude, he knew it was probably Nick, dude. He was always pulling
100%.
pranks.
Nick was a fool, man.
Dude, we did the drawing like weenies on each other's foreheads with the markers, bruh.
Yeah.
When you fell asleep, dude, you
was-
couldn't sleep around.
I don't think I personally ever got it. I know Travis got it bad.
Oh yeah, we marked him up, bruh. He looked like he was in Blink 182. That dude, dude, you couldn't sleep when you were staying the night at your boy's house,
Yeah.
bruh.
Mhm.
Because they will mess with you.
It was dangerous, yeah.
And I always wanted to go to sleep early, and I was so scared, dude.
Leo was the guy, we would all get there, and he'd be like, guys, we're staying up all night. We're pulling an all-nighter.
Hell
I'm not
yeah.
going to sleep till the sun comes up. And then one in the morning, he's laying there. Bro, I'm the hell.
You know, hell, bro, and I would be. And I thought I had a system, bro. I thought I figured it out. I said, Ricky, if I fall asleep, wake me up, bro. No matter what. And Ricky, dude, he's the guy that comes to your house. He's about that staying up life, dude.
Yeah.
Ricky will stay
For
up
real.
all night. Everyone falls asleep. He gets pissed and walks home,
Stays.
bro.
Yep.
Because he's like, you guys fucking are lame, dude. I'm out.
Yep.
So I'm like, Ricky, wake me up, dude, at this time. And he's like, I got you. And I'm like, thanks. So I go to sleep. I wake up. Ricky wakes me up, dude. And I'm livid. I'm fucking, just for no reason, bro, just start teeing off on Ricky hella fast. Like the most punches I've ever thrown. And but it's like I asked him to do it, dude. But I got so
Beat
mad.
the shit out of him for waking you up just like you wanted to be woke up.
Yeah, that's messed up, dude.
Oh, dude.
I don't like when you tell that story, bro. That's messed up. Ricky, I'm sorry. If you're watching this, please text me, dude. I've been trying to get a hold of you.
real.
Anyways.
Yeah.
We haven't been
We
able
hope
to
you're
get
alright. We hope you're alive.
Yeah, dude. Quit texting me from apps, bro. Hit me from your real phone.
That wasn't the first time we jumped Ricky either.
Yeah,
You were
sure.
there, right?
Yeah.
We had a good old fashioned jumping. We had a camera and I think I was recording, just being dumb teenagers. And he like did a trick on a skateboard, and he like came into frame, frozen. And I can't remember. I think it was Leo that kicked him in the butt, and like he like over dramatically like fell. He's like, oh, and I was like, jump him! And seriously, like in the video, you can see like 7 different feet just like come in and start.
Dude, that was amazing. Just stomping him out, dude.
Dude, it's so funny. And I want to clarify, we weren't stomping. We were like lightly touching him with our foot.
Like
Okay?
play
Yeah.
jumping.
We weren't actually jumping.
Yeah, like after we did it, we brought him flowers to the hospital, bro. It's not that we were nice about it, dude. All right. Are you bored or something?
No,
How about you tell a story, Miss
It's my group
Emails?
text.
Did you have a story where you jumped anybody?
Yeah.
No.
I have another
I
question.
have like a sad story.
Yeah, let's hear that one.
Oh, okay.
No.
A story's a story. We'll determine if it's sad.
Like I was spending the night at my friend's house who lived right down the street. My mom's told you the story.
I think I know the story.
And it
Uh-oh.
was
Is
like
it a sad
3
story?
a.m. and like I heard construction work, so I got really scared, and I just decided to like leave my friend's house in the middle of the night, and I went knocking at like our house, and no one answered, so I got really scared and nervous, so I went to the stop sign and like made a cot for the night, and and then like my friend's
weren't scared
mom
there.
was like where is Dezer-Rae at? And Caitlin was like, she left, I don't know, I guess she's home. And so of
Dezer-Rae's
course
young
she-
as fuck, dude.
Bruh.
yeah, I'm like 8 or 9
Dang.
That is
making
some
home at
scary
the stop
shit.
sign.
She's chilling at a stop sign, dude, as a young kid by herself,
What
bro.
the heck, dude?
That is risky.
Segueing into that, since you brought up stop signs.
I was going to ask if you're going to tell the story.
When I was younger, Heather and I'm sure if my parents are listening to this story, if Heather is listening to this story, you know exactly what I'm about to say. When I was a kid, the most we used to do was like Heather's house was maybe 10 minutes from mine. So like I would go a back way, walk through this apartment complex, and then like walk over to Heather's house. And it was right around the street from a couple parks. So that's what we would do, is we would walk to each other's houses and we would like go to the park all the time. So I had gotten a new bike for Christmas or something, and I rode my bike over to Heather's house. Also, I got pulled over by a cop one time on my bike. Like legit, I was on my way to Heather's house.
Like, do you know how fast
on my
you're
bike.
going?
No, and like I went to go through the stop sign. Like I pulled through the stop sign to the other side of the street, and he turned his lights on and pulled me over. And I was like, for me?
Excuse me?
He was like, yeah. He goes, you know you have to stop at stop signs whenever you pull up to them, right? I was like,
I'm on a bike.
No,
is that real? He's
Thanks
like,
for the
yes,
lesson.
you need to do it. Make sure you're stopping at stop signs. So from then on,
Bro,
I was so
what?
fucking scared that like I was gonna go to jail or something for rolling
You're on
through
a
a stop
bike.
sign on my bike, that every time I went to her house after that, I stopped at the stop sign, looked all ways, and then would go.
Dang.
This is what the hell? Dude, I used to do that to pretend like when I start driving, I would
Yeah.
do it.
You were
for
in a
fun.
car.
That's it.
For fun.
Not to
Fun.
obey the law.
For funsies.
Yeah, for fun.
So, because you just brought that up, I'm going to talk about how I got a scar on my neck and almost died. I just remembered that as
like,
you were
just
talking.
a
From
lot
a
of
sad
near
story
deaths.
to a stop sign story to
Yeah.
another sad story.
So, but it's related to like what Leo just said. So I'll go back to the stop sign
Or
story.
obeying the law.
No.
But
So,
yes, sir, I'm here to do my
no.
community service.
Leo
Step,
just
step, step.
said he would do it for fun. He would pretend like he was at stoplights and stuff for real. So at my house, at my parents' house, they had a hella long driveway. Like they had like these they still have it. They have like double gate opening. So like we would open that bitch and it would be from like almost all the way to our backyard out to the street. So like we would just fucking ride that shit all day and it was hella fun. So one day we're like, you know what? Let's make it like there's actual stop signs and shit here. So we put pipes into the fence to signal as stop signs. And we'd stopped playing for a while and left the pipes in. So I remember my dad, like I was in the backyard or something. He was like, hey, go get the mail from the mailbox in the front yard. So I'm like, all right, bet. I fucking run full speed up to the mailbox, and the pole that was in the fence stops me and cuts my fucking neck open.
Oh my god, dude.
So I'm like freaking out, like holding my neck, and go up to my dad. I don't know if you can see it, but I can feel it.
We cannot see it. Don't
It's
even
like-
try. I mean, I can see it, yes,
Yeah.
but I'm sitting right here.
So there's
but I
a
would
scar
not.
like right here on my neck or something. So like I didn't have to get stitches or anything, but my mom was like feeling it. She's like, that's like right next to your fucking jugular vein.
Yeah.
So I'm lucky I didn't cut my.
But did she take you? Did she take you to get looked at?
I don't remember, but I remember not getting stitches or doing anything like that.
See, I
But,
asked that because Dezer-Rae's broken like fingers and toes, and her mom's like, "Oh, you're fine."
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
And then
you
it
can't
hit
really
you
do
with
All they
anything
is
for
tape them
that.
to something else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can't do
but-
anything for a broken
Oh,
finger or
well,
toe.
I guess I should defer to Dez's knowledge, obviously.
Right.
But yeah, so now I have.
Show 'em your thumbs. Show 'em your thumbs.
See, I don't, I
Like all
expected
my
you to
fingers
add
are
to it.
crooked, so that's cool.
But she didn't even say that. Like, "Oh, tape it to your finger." She's like, "Yeah, it'll be fine." And now
Oh,
they're
Yeah,
like,
really?
my mom.
yeah, now they're
yeah.
like this, bro. You know.
Like, you're,
No,
supposed to
that-
tape 'em- you're supposed to tape them to your finger, duh.
Do the thumbs up. Give them thumbs up.
Stop.
Come on, dude. Just.
So Leo thinks something's wrong with my finger.
Oh my God! Look at that thing.
What?
Because it
Dude.
goes back.
Oh my
Is it
God.
not supposed to?
Do it regular. Do it regular.
What's
a
regular?
Thumbs up. That's it. Oh my God. That's an extra 10 degrees right there, fam.
No, it's not. Look, that's a regular. That's like. Do you just not know how to use the tip of your thumb?
Like
Now do it.
what?
Is that it?
Oh, like, 'cause it's like popping out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Hold on.
He
Do a
calls it my
regular.
hitchhiker
This is a
thumb.
regular. This is a regular thumb. Now go all the way back. Look at how it dips in.
I mean, that's,
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's not fine.
See?
If you saw it
you're
in
the
person.
freak.
No. Maybe.
Good defense.
My
Great.
pinkies
No, I'm no freak.
pop, like the top portion of my pinky, this top knuckle, like I can crack all my knuckles or whatever, but like this top one
Oh yeah, I got
Just-
some stuff like that.
pops all the
Oh my
time.
god.
Ew!
I do it on my toes, too.
Yours sounded like a freaking laser pointer.
That was like a clicker for your dog.
Hell yeah, bro. Hey, I got a
Sick.
story like you, Tori.
Oh no.
There was a in
Which
a
one?
park.
When your neck got cut open? Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah,
this
pretty much. Kind of like that one. There's like these yellow poles, or they're not poles, but they're like to keep cars from coming through, you know?
Yeah.
And I went up to one and was pushing it when I was a little kid, and I didn't know that they snapped back. And so it came back and hit me in the head, bro. And I had this big ass goose fucking egg on my head.
Oh,
It was hella, dude. It
I know-
wrecked my
I
head.
wish I could have seen it because I think I would have laughed my ass off.
Yeah, you would have. I was really young though.
Travis, we've been talking about Travis. Like, he has a scar on his cheek right here. He said when he was a kid, he was looking at a doorknob and someone opened the door. Right there.
Why is he looking
Why?
at a doorknob?
It's just a funny story.
Dude, Travis, bro. Wasn't it Travis where the sleeping in pranks or whatever, someone put toothpaste on his face and he was like, "Oh, it smells good. I like it." And then that
I
shit
think
started burning.
Nick just slapped him with it. Like, Nick just puts toothpaste on his hand and smacked him with it. It was cinnamon toothpaste, though.
Yeah.
That's why I started. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get Nick." No, this smells good. I like it.
Yeah.
and like,
And then, like,
after a
5
minute, he's
seconds
like,
later.
yeah, he's- ah! It's just burning from the inside out.
Just burned his
Speaking-
face, dude.
speaking of cinnamon, you know the like big red gum?
Yeah.
I can't eat it
Oh,
anymore
yeah.
because when I was a kid, these neighbors next door, we used to have some like teenage girls that are in the house that like my parents bought next door, the small like shack looking thing. So there were a couple girls that lived there and like they had packs of big red gum, and I don't remember if it was like the small ones. I think it was the small ones, but it was like a pack of the small ones. For some reason, my dumbass kid brain was like, I want all of these gum. So like I opened two of the 5 packs of the gum and put all 10 pieces in my fucking mouth and started
God.
chewing
Man,
it.
kids are so fucking stupid.
And was doing it for like an hour or whatever and spit it out. My mouth was numb afterwards.
But it
I
was
was like,
probably numb
Yeah.
2 minutes in. You
I
probably
was
lost
like,
the
why
flavor.
does-
You're like, I don't like this anymore.
I was like, why does my tongue hurt so bad? So I don't know if you've ever noticed the sides of your mouth, like, or the sides of your tongue, like, you know, if you burn your tongue or whatever, like it kind of splits open or whatever. The entire sides of my tongue were like that, and there were just
Oh my
fucking divots
gosh.
because I had burned my mouth so bad on this fucking big red gum.
I love
I can't
Big Red.
imagine what that wad looked like when you were done.
Yeah, that shit's gotta be
Disgusting.
Giant
It was
golf
disgusting.
fucking- I hate
Did
chewing
y'all
a lot
have
of
the
gum.
zebra gum?
Oh
The
yeah,
what?
zebra gum was the
Yes.
best.
The one that
Never
lasts
heard
like
of it.
2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Or like the
yeah.
Band-Aid
They
ones.
came in the metal can.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Band-Aid.
That's what
ones.
juicy fruit is like
Oh,
now,
that
though.
shit.
Like if you chew gum for a long time, it turns into that like pasty whatever. Like
Oh,
it basically
yeah.
just disintegrates. That's what
I did
juicy
that
fruit
one
is
time.
5 minutes in.
I did that in school because I was chewing a piece of gum and I was scared to go spit it
You
out.
went to school?
Yeah,
I was
not a lot,
scared
but
to
when I was
spit it
there.
out.
Cause yeah, I didn't want to get up in front of everybody and go spit my gum out, so I chewed on it, bruh, and I should have spit it out because it turned to paper, and I was like,
Why didn't you just get a piece of paper and like spit it out and then
I
throw
didn't
it
have a
away later?
paper. That's disgusting.
You didn't come
You can't just do that in
prepared to school.
I had another story about Big Red. I used to take the wrappers, lick them, and stick them on my forehead. bruh.
Dude,
Yeah, and it would
because
make
it
it red.
changed.
I remember that
It was
shit,
like
yeah.
a challenge,
Yeah.
before YouTube. I got some
Why
Big
are
Red.
there
You want to
always
do it?
challenges
cinnamon
about like
challenge.
hurting yourself or hurt? I did that and it was a bad idea. Don't ever do that.
Yeah, they're funny.
I used to
But-
take the foil off the wrappers of the gum and like decorate my binders.
I remember people doing that, like, because it
No,
sticks.
That's a lot of gum, bro. A binder. How many packs of gum did you have to
Yeah,
do to
that's
get
the
your whole
point.
binder?
Did you have like
It was
different?
It's like a
Yes.
collection.
Is it like different
Yeah.
types?
Yeah, different types of gums or
No,
what?
it was just aluminum.
I'll have to look at that. That's interesting.
I mean, I don't have a photo of it.
You should do it with your school, with your folders and school
Okay.
binders.
I will.
Well,
What was I gonna say, bruh? I was gonna say something about, like, in my head, when I was like, oh man, what can I talk about? I was like, I don't have fucking shit. I don't have shit I can talk about. And it wasn't until you guys started talking about stuff where I was like, oh shit, like that reminds me of this thing. Like I had absolutely no ideas coming into this or whatever.
Yeah, you
but
got some good stories, bro. That poop one, though, I didn't know about that one.
All right, let's
Dustin's the one
stop
that-
talking about poop. All right?
I got a question.
We've got enough.
So
I got a question.
what's up?
Yes.
Did girls ever hurt each other for entertainment purposes?
No.
Because
Like
we used to sack tap each other. We
Dude.
just hit each other in
Oh
the
my
nuts.
god.
For
I
no
was-
reason.
That was
I was gonna bring that up. There were games when we
That
were
was
kids that
pandemic.
like, oh, let's see how long we can pinch each other, or like let's
Yeah.
fucking dig our
Indian
nails
burn.
into each other.
Hey, the
Yeah,
paper
Indian
bullets.
burn.
I was not about that shit. That shit fucking hurt.
The-
so
What about that
bullets?
quarter game?
Paper
The
bullets,
one
yeah.
where you like.
Yeah, bloody
Ooh,
knuckles.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I was
Never
going to say,
played
too, dude.
I'm a bitch.
No.
I don't play that shit.
Dude, Travis,
No.
bro, he'll fuck you up. And
Yeah.
in thumps, dude, he goes like this. He just cracks you, bro. But that's what I was wondering. Girls don't really do that stuff, like punch each other in the boobs or nothing.
my siblings and I did more harm to each other than we
Yeah.
did than my
Oh,
friends and I
yeah.
did to each
Yeah, you got
other.
an example?
No,
Oh, yeah, let's hear it. This is a good story.
I'm
bro.
not bringing that one in. I'm not
Alright,
doing it.
fine.
Yeah, I know.
That one's bad. Des, I can tell you that one off camera, but I might
Bro, I picked up
Hey.
poop.
incriminate
Alright.
myself if I tell it on camera.
Hey, do you remember Tyler?
Yeah.
I guess I should
Tyler?
drop him.
Blank, just beep that part out. Tyler.
Fucking T-bone.
T-bone.
Fucking T-bone.
It's a different Tyler though.
The
isn't
time
it?
he was staying at
Yeah.
your house and he sacked
Oh,
at me.
yeah, dude.
And I was like, I'm gonna get him back. And like he was standing, it was perfect. I could
Oh
see
my
it. Just,
God.
and bow! I fucked him
Bruh,
up.
straight jab. Beautiful. Straight to the nuts, dude.
Ah.
Done. Fell to the ground
Collapsed.
immediately.
Done. He was
And
like,
then he had so much respect for you after that, dude.
yeah, exactly.
He was
He's like,
like,
dude, I think I'm gonna
"God
throw
dang,
up."
dude."
Got him, bro.
What was I gonna say? That reminded me of a story with Justin. The baseball. Do you want to tell that story?
How did you even know about that?
You told me about that. You
No, but like, what about that last story made you think about that story? I think you just saw my list, and that's why.
Oh no.
Oh, wow.
You said something about like I just busted him or something like that. You
I
talking
busted
about
on him, bro. What do
No,
you think
that
I
is
am,
not what I
Dale?
said.
You think I bust on mamas like that? Damn.
He's got the
No,
tendons,
I thought you
bro.
said I just cracked him or I just busted him in the nuts or something.
So- When,
Yeah,
You
dude.
put your butt cheeks on someone.
I can bust on people too if you want.
so when I was a kid, I'm a scaredy cat. Like I don't like scary movies, scary games, like dark
can
dark
attest to
basements. Nah, there's always lights going on. I'm always like checking shit out. You know what I mean? So when I was a kid, that's where the consoles used to be. The N64 in particular was in the basement. Yeah. So one night, it wasn't a night, it was a day. I lied already.
I
One
don't
day
believe
I'm
this
sitting in the
story.
basement, you know, and then like I'm already kind of uneasy, you know what I mean, just being in the basement. But I'm playing a game, so I kind of get distracted from my uneasiness, right? And then all of a sudden, I was playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, playing the N64, and all of a sudden I hear, save the game, quit, went right upstairs. I didn't investigate nothing. I fucking ran. I was like, fuck that shit. I didn't even tell anybody. So
Bro, what?
I'm sitting upstairs. I don't remember what I was doing. And then I hear a knock on my door. Like 30 minutes later, I hear a knock on my door. I'm like, what the fuck? So I go and look. It's Justin. He's holding a fucking broom and dustpan. And,
Who is this, Kenan or Warren?
yeah, Justin Kennan.
Oh, Kenan?
bleep that out though.
And he's a tattoo artist. I'm sure he wouldn't mind it if we name drop him. Follow Justin Kennan on Instagram. He's
I think it's
hella
J.
good.
Kennan Tattoos.
Hella talented. He's an awesome dude. But anyway, back in the day, he was at my doorstep with a fucking dustpan and a little like hand broom, and he was like, hey, so I was coming to your house to ask you to play baseball. And he had like with my little baseball glove and a little baseball. And I used to have a playground in my side yard, like a little wooden one. He's like, I went to like throw it so it would bounce off the playground, and then I would catch it. And I missed and threw it, and it rolled right into the window and broke it. And so, so I'm here to clean up my mess. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, that's
so
nice, though.
after the fact, I found out that I wasn't the only one that heard a fucking window shatter in my house. My mom also heard it. And I guess she either saw him running away or just like suspected it was him. because she called his grandpa immediately, and apparently his grandpa was like, "You're going back down there right now, and you're cleaning up that mess." So when I was a kid, I believed the story of, oh, he threw it at the playground, missed, and then it went to the window. When you think about it, that doesn't really make any fucking sense. How hard is he throwing it at the playground to make it bounce back so he can catch it? No, he just threw it at my house and it just broke the window.
Is that what he said? Did he own up to that?
I think I asked him about it years later, and he was like, "Yeah, that's it."
Oh my god, dude, you ran, dude. You were hella scared. You said I didn't investigate.
Dude, hell no.
Yeah.
I was not about it, man. Screw that. Something could have got me. I wasn't gonna
Tori,
get
does that make
got.
you feel safe?
No.
When there's something to defend, Tori, I can defend, okay? But there was nothing to defend there except my life.
Yeah, when you're in the dark and you don't know what's going on, dude.
Exactly. In the
So
basement, bro, I hear. You ever hear JonBenet Ramsey?
Let's talk about, bro. You are not a little girl in pageants. Calm down.
He could be.
That reminds me though of that time you told me you dressed up in like a dress
Aw.
or something, and you were too
That's
scared to
cute.
run across the living room to go see your dad because you didn't want him to be mad at you for like being dressed up in girl
Aw.
clothes. Either you or one of your friends.
I don't remember a dress.
I think
I
that
don't
was
think
me.
you did.
I
It
think
was
I was in
you.
the dress. I think
I
so.
remember
I was like, dude, you
Dustin
don't want my
saying
dad
something
to
like,
see.
"You don't want my dad to see that
Yeah.
because he will kick you out."
Dude, you couldn't even paint your nails in the house, bro. You get in trouble.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why
I
would
wasn't
you
gonna
paint your
say that.
nails?
Why not?
Because I'm a teenager just expressing myself, Dezer-Rae.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
finding out who I am as a person, huh?
Yeah.
How about
You never
before
paint your
come
nails?
approaching me about being judgmental? I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, because you never painted your nails, bro.
But
Yeah,
going
right?
back to the fact that Dustin
Hypocrite.
is freaked out by everything.
Dude.
Des, you
Shit, I ain't
asked,
as
does
freaked
that
out
make
as
you?
that dude.
Do you asked me, do you feel
dude.
safe by that? The answer is no, because when I was in Virginia visiting my good friend Tenley,
Oh, this is a good story.
Dustin. You know what, Dustin? Why don't you just tell this story? This
Alright,
was
so-
not kids. This was
So-
maybe when we were 20,
Like
22.
adulthood.
Dumb shit we did
Yes.
last year, bro.
Like Leo had just moved out, kind of
Yeah. And it
shit.
was, like,
we
the
were still in
first
the
time-
rental.
It was the first time Tori was going away on a trip for like a long time.
Yeah, I was
so,
gone for,
we
like, a
wouldn't be
week.
with each other for an extended period. Like I was by myself at the house, right? So I go to sleep hella late at night, like 1, 2 in the morning, right? And like, you know how you get into that state where like you're in the in between, where you're not asleep but you're not awake. So there's stuff that happens around you that like influences your dreams and like you're freaked out. Like if you're in that in between and someone in the other room talks, you hear that conversation in your dream, and you're kind of like, "Whoa, what the
like
heck?"
limbo.
Like, that person's talking, right? So that was happening to me. I was in my house in the in between. Also, I'm super freaked out, so whenever I hear like a disembodied voice, I'm like, what the fuck?" So anyway, I'm hella scared. So I'm in that like in between state. I'm like, what? I'm hearing voices, but I'm at the house by myself. The dogs are fucking barking like crazy too,
This is
So,
when we had your
eventually-
for, so.
because they hear the voices too. So eventually they start barking. I'm hoping they just stop. They don't. So I get up, start walking down the hallway. I hear pop, 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 pop. And I was like, what the fuck? And nothing happened. So I grabbed the dogs, went in the bedroom, and went back to sleep.
30 minutes later, I get it.
And then, yeah, someone knocked on my door. Like, hey, he has a fucking
wanna play
a
baseball?
broom and dustpan. He's like, yeah, I was going to throw. Anyway. So, yeah, sometime later, I'm in that in-between state again, yeah? And I can see on my ceiling, there's lights. And so I just heard disembodied voices, yeah? I'm seeing fucking lights on my ceiling. Super side story, I heard a story when I was a kid, a ghost story about radiant boys. They're essentially like little boys that are ghosts that appear and they're on fire. And if you look at them, you'll have something bad happen to you in 7 days. Now, sure, you guys are all fucking awake. You're like, what a dumbass fucking story, okay? Try being in the in-between and being a scaredy cat and hearing disembodied voices and hearing some bop, 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 bops and then seeing some lights. Chances are you're gonna be like, what the fuck is happening? I was scared. I was so
He's like,
scared.
I'm not opening my eyes. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna
Like,
lay here. I'm
I
gonna
was
be.
just like, I was looking at the lights and like looking away, like, will they ever go away? So eventually, the dogs start losing their shit again. I'm like, fuck. So I get up and I notice they're emergency lights. What the fuck? I look out my window, there's an ambulance in front of my house because the guy next door to me just got shot like 3 or 4 times and was bleeding out in his garage.
Bruh, and you were going back
That's
to
like
sleep,
the most
dude.
St. Louis thing I've ever heard.
It didn't even happen in St. Louis. Dude, they said they were in Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
No,
No,
he was
she
home.
was in Virginia.
I was
at
in
home.
Virginia. I was
That
gone.
is some St. Louis stuff.
He
yeah.
was in. He was
Bro,
in
your
St.
neighbor
Louis
was
and heard that shit.
dying, bro, and you went to
And
sleep.
I had no idea.
You
You
thought it
didn't
was
even
a
check
I didn't know
on
what
it.
the. I'd never heard gunshots before.
Hell
Should've
no,
showed
I
up
wouldn't have
with a
checked on him
broom.
either. If I heard that
Knocked on
shit,
his
I would be
door.
like, I'm gonna mind my business.
Hey, I
I'm
threw
gonna
a
go the
baseball
fuck back to
at your
bed.
window.
Yep, damn, dude, that's scary,
Oh
bro.
no, yeah.
Bro, one time my neighbor fell in the bush, dude. Right? Dude,
Okay.
No, he was old. He's hella old, bro. I'm at my house, and I forget, dude. I think Nick or Eddie or somebody came over, both of them. They're knocking on my door. I'm on the phone with somebody, dude. I'm on the house phone. And they're like, Leo, your neighbor. And I'm like, what about him, dude? They're like, Ray
Totally
fell.
Nick thing.
Dude, I go out there. This man is fucking face down in the bush like this, bro. He's old, dude. He's like 80 years old. And we had to pick this man up, bro.
That's totally a Nick thing, dude.
Dude.
That's totally a Nick thing.
It was crazy.
So mine's a little more fucked up, but segueing off of that, Trisha again.
Fell into a bush.
Yeah, Trisha. fell into
You
a
went back
bush.
to sleep.
I was on my way to taking Trisha to work when we worked at this restaurant.
I just see lady falling. I like this. I like this already.
So we took this like back way. Do you know where my aunt's house is?
The
My
back door? Oh,
No.
sorry. Sorry.
Aunt Maggie, where she
Oh.
lives like off of the Rock Road.
Your aunt's back door? I've never seen that.
No. So we used to go this like back way from Trisha's house, like down back streets or whatever to get to the other end of the Rock Road.
I cannot wait for you to hit me in the face accidentally. It's happened like close. It's like I feel the wind like on my lips. I'm like, oh shit.
So we're driving and I just happened to be like fucking glazed over looking out the window. And I swear to God, like all I saw, I'm going to have to show you. So all I saw was this lady like standing on a curb. And then I just see gone.
She disappeared.
She fell.
Oh.
Like, she was on the curb and she just fucking ate shit. And I said to Trisha's mom, I was like, yo, a lady just fell. She's like, no, they didn't. I said, yes,
Okay.
a lady
Like,
just
that's
fell.
unbelievable.
A lady just fell and, like, I'm pretty sure she's still there. So she's like, no, she didn't. It's fine. We got to take Trisha to work. So we're around the corner from Trisha's work.
Priorities.
Yeah. So we took Trisha to work, and her mom was going to take me back home or whatever afterwards. And I was like, please go back this way first. Like, please, can we go check and make sure she's all right? I was like, I swear to God I saw this. I'm not tripping. We go back. There's an old-ass lady sitting on the curb with a plant in her hands, face busted open and blood running down her face. And I was like, holy fucking shit. Like, I told you, Trisha's mom, I'm not crazy.
I told you, Trisha's mom.
So
How dare you?
I got out of the
question
car
me.
and I'm like, are you okay? Like, are you all right? She's like, yeah, my plant fell out of my balcony. She was like, so it was a retirement home. Like, and every time I drive past this retirement home, I'm like, that's where that lady fell that Trisha's mom didn't believe me. So I help her up and I'm like, okay, like, what can I do? I walk her back to the door and knock on the door, and an attendant like came to the door. They're like, oh my God, and helped her in. They're like, oh, thank you. We didn't even know she went outside. So if Trisha's mom hadn't believed me, this lady would have just been there with a busted fucking head open, bleeding, and nobody would have known about her. It was
Bruh.
horrible.
She would have
So-
died with her plant.
I have another. Does anyone else want to talk? I feel like I've just been
I have a
telling my
story.
stories. Yeah, let's go, Leo.
I like to compare and see kind of like what you guys did compared to us, because when we grew up, we did a lot of climbing, and it was like this weird fascination of like getting onto rooftops.
Hell yeah.
And so we would get on St. William's roof.
Hell
we
yeah.
would get on Kratz's roof, dude. We get on
What?
our own roofs. Yeah, dude.
I never got on a Kratz's roof. You guys must have done that without me.
Well, we got up on the lower part. But it's like we would never do shit, bro. We would just go up there, look around.
Oh, dude, it's so cool.
Yeah, like, oh, if we get busted up
there?
here.
Yeah.
But then Dustin
There's a car coming.
Yeah, oh, get down. Did they see us?
Well,
Dude?
yeah,
Oh my
you're not
God.
supposed to be up there.
Let's get out of here. So me and Dustin and Mudar were supposed to go up there onto St. Williams and sleep up there, bro. We're gonna stay the night.
Yep.
And for some reason, I don't know what happened, but I didn't go.
Mm-hmm.
But Dustin and Mudar, they stayed up there, bro.
Yeah.
And they slept on the roof
Yep.
for 24 hours, bro. So what happened up there, though, dude? Was there birds and shit, or what?
No, it was cold, and it was cold as fuck. It was uncomfortable because we didn't have anything to sleep on. We had just little ass fucking blankets. It sucked.
But it was sick, huh?
2 hours in, we were like, you know what, dude? Fuck this. I'm going
Wait, you guys
home.
didn't stay?
I mean, we stayed 2 hours.
Dude, I thought you stayed the whole night.
I mean, we stayed the whole night, dude. That's how cool we are.
Oh, yeah, that's sick.
That's probably, like, the coolest thing we've ever done. Except be a doctor.
Oh, yeah, true.
So.
Well, yeah. But you guys never got on roofs, though?
The most I ever did was my parents had, like, we have a 2-story house, I guess. Like, there's, like, the porch, like, the first floor, stairs, and then the second floor. And, like, my parents' room had a little balcony, like, that was the roof to the porch. And so the most we would do is, like, open the window and go out there and sit on that roof. But, like, I am a chicken shit and scared of heights, so the most I would ever do is, like, sit right there next to the window where I had absolutely no chance of falling down or getting hurt or anything, and I could just climb right back in and go back to sleep or whatever I was doing. Just go back inside.
You never climbed anything?
We never had like roofs like that.
Oh, that's so sad.
What?
Never had
There's
roofs.
hella roofs around here.
I guess
No,
roofs
but,
are only
like,
invented in Texas.
Have you ever
in, like,
seen
2012
a
or
2-story
something.
house where you can just walk out on a roof?
Yeah.
Our houses
Yeah.
aren't built the same.
You don't have
Yeah,
to get
but
on
you
a
can-
house. There's
Yeah,
buildings.
like churches.
We got on a
and
church, a
schools.
school.
There's a liquor store that I've been up on top of.
Yeah, liquor
I think
store.
the most dangerous thing I ever did was I had like a picnic at a mailbox.
What
Like,
did
you know
you
the
just say?
community
I thought it was like-
mailboxes?
What did she say?
I thought it was a cot at a stop sign.
Yeah.
I just
Did you
really
make
like
that
to be
story up?
outside.
You forgot what you said earlier?
I mean, that
Is
was
it all
dangerous,
lie?
but like,
Wait, you had a picnic at a mailbox?
yeah, my mom packed me and my brothers like a lunch, and we rode our bikes to like the community mailbox, and we like sat underneath it and like had a picnic.
Was it a community
cute.
picnic? Did people come and like, when they got their mail, you're like, here's a
Yeah,
peanut butter
people
sandwich
would like drive by and get out and get their mail.
and a sandwich?
Oh, we
Oh, you gave
didn't
them a
like
sandwich.
give out sandwiches.
So y'all were just eating at the mailbox?
It was a picnic.
They're like, excuse me, kids,
It was
get
a
the fuck out of my way. Where's my...
Look, we didn't have fun things to do like in St. Louis.
They were very like school oriented, I feel like. They
I was
had to be
gonna
good
say,
kids.
I'm pretty sure
We
that
just,
everything
my
we did in
parents
St.
actually
Louis-
cared and like made sure
Wow.
that I wasn't like climbing rooftops.
Yikes! Making sure you weren't putting your butt in people's faces.
Making sure I had a childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You always say that.
All right, everyone. I think that's going to be the end of the first podcast for the Tori, Dustin, Leo podcast.
With special guest Dezer-Rae.
Yes. So the TDDL podcast.
Ooh.
Tune in next time for more poop stories.
Man, I hope not.
Me too.
Hopefully less shit and more, I don't know.
Less poop,
Not
more
shit.
content dropping every Wednesday, dude.
I hope you guys enjoyed it, though. Hopefully you got a laugh. This was a lot of fun to make. I really enjoyed it. We still have a ton of stories, ton of things written down on both ends.
And if there's anything you would like us to talk about,
Yeah.
feel free to let us know.
So I think maybe the second one will be a part 2, and then if anyone has any suggestions or topics they'd like us to talk about, feel free to recommend those.
Okay, don't forget to subscribe.
Oh, yes.
That
Good
was
point,
nice.
Des. Yes, that was great.
Thanks.
All right, guys.
Bye.
We'll see you next Wednesday. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning into the very first episode of our podcast. We really hope that you enjoyed listening to it as much as we enjoyed creating it. If you're still here, we'd just like to take a moment and get serious and talk to you about something that we feel is important. The episode that you just listened to was actually recorded in the beginning of March. However, it's being released today, April 1st, 2020. For those who don't know, April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month. Every April, the Children's Bureau observes National Child Abuse Prevention Month to raise public awareness of child abuse and neglect, recommit efforts and resources aimed at protecting children, strengthening families, and promoting community involvement through activities that support the cause. Now more than ever, we believe it is extremely important that we are all aware of what the signs of child abuse and neglect are and how to report those concerns should you suspect a child is in need of help. Included in the description of this podcast are in-depth resources and information on what child abuse and neglect is, the warning signs for possible child abuse and neglect, and what to do if you suspect there are concerns for a child's safety. These resources and information will continue to be in every description for each podcast for the rest of the month of April. Anyone can and should report suspected child abuse or neglect. If you think a child is being mistreated, please take immediate action. Let us be the voice that children need and speak up for them. We really appreciate everyone who's stuck around till the very end of this podcast to listen to this information. Again, the resources and information that I mentioned earlier will be listed in the descriptions, and we highly encourage you to look at them, even if it's just so that you yourself can be informed. Thank you once again, and we'll see you guys in next week's episode.